next lift we're going to learn is called a one-arm back. Most tandem surfer, most guys, love this lift because you can do this lift before you even make your bottom turn. It happens so quickly. It's so beautiful, and you can see everything when you're surfing, and it just seems to be a great position to surf in. So we're going to show you the one-arm back. I remember when I first tried to do this, I couldn't do it. I just said, I'm not strong enough, I can't do it. And then finally someone adjusted my partner's technique and my technique a little bit, and then we could do it with a snap. So everyone thinks you're really strong when you tandem surf. The fact is, it's just all about technique. So with the one-arm back, we're surfing like this. I rotate her hips slightly to the front, and she puts her hand on my head. Some people have the hand go here, but we like it here. And I grab her ankle. I'm going to show it to you from this angle now. We're surfing like this. I move her into here. My hand is going to be about right at her bikini level, like this. It's like in football, you're taking a snap. It's like this. It's not like this or like this. It's pointer finger and thumb there. Okay? And we'll just show you the lift, and then we'll show you more, tell you more about the dynamics of the lift. Such an easy lift. So that's the one arm portion of this. See how locked out she is? Then I can just surf forever like this if I want to. And I can grab her ankle again and bring it down, come down. She wasn't happy with that. And then surf away. See how her back's away from me? Now bring it back. Now we're surfing. So the way she does that, you can show them this like this. The scissor kick, how you do it. Show the dynamic, how you press down.
Just like this. Oh yeah.
So she scissor kicks. And she jumps really good. Okay? Okay, so every surfer brings their own style. I mean, I bring my ninja background. I think Charles Inman, who would probably be on this video, he's a member of our Waikiki Ohana here. He used to be a professional bowler. I think it was called full contact bowling. So he probably brings some of his bowling techniques to the video. But when some girls, when they do this lift, they'll be like this, and they'll throw their arm that way to get into the lift and helps them accelerate up. And I think it works okay on the ground, but in the dynamic in the water, when a girl's first learning, it'll tend, if her hand doesn't throw directly upward, it's going to throw them off the board. So I teach people to do this, for the girl to hold on to my wrist. And I feel so steady and so solid with her. She's not loose at all. She's nice and solid. So when the girl does this, it can tend to throw her off in the direction of her hand. So when they're first learning, the idea is the girl eventually becomes just a little ball of energy. You don't want explosive energy going all over the place. So I have the girl follow my hand back here. Also, she's helping me a great deal because there's a lot of strength in a tricep. In my ninja background, watch. If I want to put her in a hammerlock and I'll tell her, okay, resist. She can't possibly resist me. I can rip her arm right off. But if she points her finger down and engages her tricep, watch. I can't bend it. Same thing. Same exact dynamic right here. She's got it. So that tricep can actually help me get her up. She's using a lot of muscle there to help me lift her. So, okay, we're going to show you a drill how we help people learn to do this lift. I'm going to kneel down, and she's going to put her foot up here, and she's going to put her hand on my head, and her right hand's on my right hand, just like normal. But all she's going to do is step up, and she's going to realize she's going to jump hard here, and then scissor kick and push down here, and stand straight up. Okay, jump. Okay, hold on to my wrist. Yeah. Jump. Good. Jump. Okay, so you can see what she's doing, and that's what she's doing when she goes into the lift. So I'm not doing anything. She's just shooting herself up in the air, and I just lift strong. You ready? Now this is called a one-arm back. If I release this leg and rotate her, and I grab that hand, and I got to make sure that my arm is at a right angle, otherwise she can't lock out both arms. This is called a Falcon. Okay, and you can just do your flip dismount that you like. I'll show you more advanced. It's a little bit more of advanced dismount that she likes to do. And I like it too because it's quick. So that's called the Falcon. It's just you begin to rotate, but when you're doing it, I'm telling you, we want to keep your shoulders strong, keep your lats engaged, and your hand close to your head, almost touching your head. Grab the wrist, bring it around, and bring it down square. Now we're going to show you the third part of this lift, which is called a reverse Falcon. Reverse Falcon is the same, except for when she's here, her arms are locked, and I just go boom, and she pops up. I reverse my hand and grab her in a C grip on the small of her back. Then you're going to see me release and show the judges that this hand is gone. Then I'll bring it back, and then she can do her little flip dismount. It's called a one-arm back into a Falcon, into a reverse Falcon. She's locking her arms out. Locks her arms out and then bends them and comes down. You like it? That's a cool one.
Starts out by the man putting his hands on her hips, and I like to do it a little bit lower on the hips than you might think, because when I extend my arms it's more easy to get her up and over my head that way. When she jumps as hard as she can. In fact, every lift that a woman does, normally I want her to jump as hard as she can, even if it's just a cradle. That allows me to surf and just keep the board steady and not use so much of my own leg power to get her up. So she does a big vertical jump. I lift her up and over my head. At the top of her jump, she opens her legs and she sits back down on my shoulders. It's really important that the tandem girl not hook you with her feet when she's sitting back down. If she comes down and hooks you as she's coming down, she's going to throw your weight and her weight forward, and you'll find yourself falling forward off the surfboard. So it's important that she sits down, just lets her legs rest, and then she can wrap them gently around your ribs without squeezing too much. The next phase of this, there's different ways for the girl to get up into the shoulder stand. The man puts his hands so she can grab them, but it's important that you not have your hands too high. If it's too high, the girl has to reach way up almost to get her hands into your hand, and then she's using her shoulder strength to get up. Where if you keep your hands a little bit low to start with, she can use her tricep, and as we've shown, the tricep is a very powerful muscle. And then she stands up. I'm connected to the board. I'm keeping the balance. She's holding her navel and pulling it towards her backbone. That stabilizes her abs. And she's pulling her head up. Even her shoulders, you can see, are pulling up. So her job is just to pull up and keep her stomach pulled in, and I keep her balance. She's not the one keeping her balance. I am. I am the one connected to the surfboard. And now she's going to show you a one-leg shoulder stand. It's very difficult to do. That's why it's so high scoring. It's easy out for the man to do this. It's very difficult for the woman to be able to do that. It scores 22 points because the stretch is hard. Women who are serious about tandem surfing need to take Pilates and yoga and spend a good hour every other day in a stretching and conditioning type of exercise. I pull her leg against my head. I have one hand pulling her one direction, the other hand pulling her the other, so that she's steady. But I also use the hip to support her. It's really important that when I reach up with my right hand when she's doing this lift, that I not reach up too high, because when my shoulder lifts up, it'll twist her foot and tend to throw her off balance. This next lift and the shoulder stand is called a totem. When the woman is in a shoulder